Yeah, just didn't practice today. He's still pretty sore. His wrist. So I think he's gonna have more of the medical staff look at him here this afternoon. But right now, I don't really know much more than that. Just the fact that he's been really sore once they're able to practice.
And Mo said there's going to be some similar challenges tomorrow night against Portland as there have been the past couple games.
Mm-hmm.
Good shooting from the perimeter, offensive rebounders
Mm-hmm.
down low. Is that kind of what you're seeing from this Portland squad too?
Yeah, I mean, they've got an ability to go smaller, big. With Ed Davis starting now, they've been going a little bit more size. Obviously McCollum, Lillard, Crab, Harkless, all those guys coming off screens, very, very aggressive. And then when you have to help on those guys, especially on drives, Davis, Plumlee, those guys are terrific, offensive rebounders. So there'll be a lot of different challenges. You can do a really nice job first shot defense, but you have to rebound the basketball and you got to finish possessions off against them.
So you mentioned Victor was sore. Where exactly is he?
His wrist.
Oh, it's just the wrist.
Yeah, his wrist right now. So I think what they want to do is the medical staff want to continue to look at him. He was in here for a little bit. I talked to him briefly. He was just, had a lot of soreness in there, and I'd imagine they'll probably take him through all the procedures and checkpoints just to make sure everything's okay. And I would say probably I'll find out a little bit more from the medical staff later today.
You guys have also played. You've played an inordinately large amount of close games that have kind of come down to the wire. Do you have any theories as to why that might be?
Well, I think if you just look at the parity in a normal NBA game, they're all relatively close. If you look at the whole totality of the league, year after year, there's not a large margin. That's the thing that's always been interesting to me. Just my short time in the NBA was, if a team is ranked 15th in the league defensively, they cut off 2.5 3-points. They're in the top 5. A team's 18th or 20th in scoring points per game, and they score just 5 more points a game, they're in the top 5. So I just think when you look at the analytic part of it and you see somebody that's ranked, let's say, 18, 20, and you see someone like in the top 5, there's usually not a lot of point differential separating those numbers there. So the same thing would be the case with the scores. There's going to just be a lot of close games, and the margin for error, I think, for a lot of teams is not. Everybody's got a margin for error. That there's a certain point where, it's hard to, play games and make a lot of mistakes. You really got to play well, and I just think the parity in the league is pretty impressive.
Up or down 5 with 5 minutes to go. I think you guys have the third most wins, kind of in those clutch wins, so to speak. Are you noticing any trends about the way you guys are either generating points or generating stops down the stretch in these games?
Well, the group is very, very competitive. I think everybody can see that just based on some of the deficits we've had the chance to overcome and give ourselves a chance. But like a lot of times it's a make or miss league, so to speak. There's a lot of times different things can happen. I've been pretty pleased with the shots that we've been able to generate. In those situations, we've done a pretty good job there. I think anytime you have a guy like Russell, he's going to be able to generate shots for himself or somebody else. And then I think the other big part of it too is you can execute flawlessly and get a really good look in the ball, not go in the basket. But I think being able to defend late and be able to rebound the ball late is really critical.
Are you at the point now where you're, I don't know what the right word is, concerned maybe about your free throw shooting?
I don't know if I'd use the word concern because I've seen some of these guys shoot free throws and we're better than what we've done, but there's no question that's an area that we've got to put a focus and an emphasis on, because I think 3 of the last 4 games, we've been in the high 50s, low 60s, and it's just we've got to be better than that, and it's something we're going to have to work on and keep working on, and maybe we're not the best free throw shooting team in the league, but I know we're better than what we are right now.
Billy, you always talk about keeping guys engaged.
Mm-hmm.
For certain reasons, when guys get injured or something like that, is that a particular point where this is why you keep guys engaged when guys go out with injuries?
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think a lot of times when you go game to game, or if someone looks at rotations, or why is this guy playing, why is that guy playing, or why not this guy, I mean, I get all that stuff, but the other thing too is every guy on this team is really important. And I give guys like Alex Abrinas, I give, Kyle Singler, Samaje Christian, I give those guys a lot of credit just because, Victor goes out last game. We needed to sub. We had obviously a player down that played some point, could handle the ball. We needed to play Samaj a little bit more to help handle the ball with Russell. We needed to sub to get Anthony Morrow off the floor because he was playing extended minutes. And Alex came in, Kyle came in. Those guys gave us a great boost and a great lift. Same thing with Joffrey Laverne. I mean, Joffrey goes last game, doesn't play, and he comes back in. So, in the moment of playing a game, we're going to do everything we can to put ourselves in the best position to win. But in doing that, not everybody maybe in a particular game is going to get a chance to play, extensive minutes all the time. So I think we've got to always look at it that we're a team. It's a total collection and a group of guys keeping themselves ready for an opportunity or a moment when they're called upon to be able to go out there and be prepared to handle that. And that's the thing that was so encouraging to me, is seeing what Kyle and those other guys did, Joffrey and Alex, that just the way they kept themselves day in and day out, just working and trying to get prepared for moments like that.
You mentioned competitive nature. Is that what you're saying? Like, because you didn't shoot from three, you missed your first 17, and some scramble plays there where the ball's loose and you got them,
Mm-hmm.
like the tip out to Morrow. Is that competitive
Yeah,
nature?
there's like if you think about this, if both teams, just take 100 shots in a game, and if both teams shoot 50%, in retrospect, that's 100 loose basketballs that are in a game. There's an enormous amount of loose basketballs that when the ball hits the rim or it's passed or it's loose, that you have an opportunity to create. And I think that when you're competitive there, those physical loose ball hustle plays, those random plays have a lot to do and add up in games. And we've been able to do a pretty good job on that up to this point, and it needs to be something that we can hang our hat on it, because I think we are good at it. And to your point, when you're not shooting the ball like we were, like we would like to from behind the line, you got to generate other ways to get points. And sometimes it's loose basketballs, it's hustle plays, it's an extra offensive rebound, it's whatever it may be. Those things you got to generate and make those things happen.
Part of that scoring in the paint, you're first in the league in terms of percentage of points that come in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see any connection there as to why you've been able to generate points down the stretch late in games, that you're scoring so much in the paint, your legs are tired?
Yeah, Russell, just calling like it is, trying to space the floor correctly, trying to create movement. His speed, his quickness. He's done a really good job of getting into the deep paint. But I think when you have a player like that, that helps. I think the fact that we can post up Steven, we can post up Ennis, that we can offensive rebound, we can we can throw the ball inside. We're able to generate a lot of points and get a lot of shots. I think for us analytically, from an offensive standpoint, the shots we're getting are coming from all the right areas of the floor. If you look at the corner threes, you look at free throws, you look at deep paint, you look at our non-paint twos. Statistically, we're in a good place in terms of our shot distribution, and that's what we want to try to do, is make sure we're taking good shots and the high quality shots on the floor.
As far as confidence shooting wise, does it help when you guys miss so many shots but you guys still win? Like, does that give you any confidence as far as, if the shots aren't falling, we still have a good chance of winning this game?
Well, I think what it does do is it makes you realize how important defense is. The fact that if you're not shooting the ball well, you can still win. And I've been on the other side where we've played well, very, very well offensively, but have played very poorly defensively, and you've lost. So this is hopefully a valuable experience and learning lesson for our entire team, that when you play defense like we have the last 5 games, you're always going to give yourself an opportunity and a chance to win. And we just got to keep building on that, with the understanding that we got to continue to get better on the offensive end of the floor as well.
What's the most dangerous part about going up against Lillard and McCollum?
Well, Lillard is one of those guys that he's always kind of serving in the game, and he has the ability to go on these quick runs. He can make 3 or 4 threes in a row and change a game. And he may have been quiet for like 15 minutes, and all of a sudden you get bang, you hit with a spurt. I think McCollum, just his range, their ability to move off screens, their ability to run all around the floor, keep defenses off balance. They're good shooting the ball. You got to protect them. So anytime you got to go out and guard those guys as deep as you have to guard them, it certainly opens up drives, and now your defense gets rotated. So, generally those great offensive players on the perimeter are really, really good three-point shooters that you have to respect. And once you start pulling that far from the basket, if they have good ball skills, it's really hard to keep them in front. And Lillard and McCollum, they do that well.
Thank you, Coach.
What you did last night, how did that make you feel?
That was great. I've been watching them work hard all year. From playing 3-on-3 to not getting much time to, just having to come in and step into that backup point guard role, but being prepared the whole time. So I watch him, man. We watch his development every day. He's really growing a lot. He did well in the backcourt with Russ last night, and took a lot. I feel like it took a lot of pressure off Russ, so Russ could come off the ball, but he did a good job defending at the point guard position as well. So hopefully he continue to play like that, man. I know he can, and I got a lot of faith in him. We all got faith in him.
It's funny to me, at least, so much attention on Russ's triple doubles and everything. The two biggest plays of the game, I thought, were the tip outs that he had, the one to you out in the backcourt, and then on the jump ball. What did you think of those plays?
Just big plays, man, winning plays. Sacrifice, guys doing things like that to make sure that we come up, with the win. And that was a big play by him, and it says a lot for his basketball IQ is extremely high. He played in D-League a few years, so for him to step into this role now, I think a lot of guys really just proud of him, really rallying around him. We just want to continue to see him do well.
Back to Samaje, I'm just curious, what kind of guy is he like? Because he didn't seem overwhelmed by the moment, the fact that he hadn't played very much and he's in there in late game.
That's the thing, man. He never seems to look flustered or too high or too low. So that's something you don't usually see in young players. But that's something that he has about him that I think he carries that, and that's good for him. That's good for the second unit, and it's really good for the team. And I think the coaches really trusted, having him in there that late in the game like that with another guy like Russ. I felt like he took a lot of pressure off the whole offense. He did a lot of little things to help us ensure for us to get that win.
I saw you last night, maybe a lot more vocal on defense than you have in the past, yelling out things.
Yeah.
Have you found yourself doing that?
Yeah, that's for me too, though. Like, I try to be vocal so I can keep myself engaged, especially with a team like Boston, that runs a lot of off the ball screens and cutting off the ball, a lot of things like that. They really share and move the ball well. So just to keep myself engaged and also help my teammates stay engaged, that's something I always, because you're thinking about a lot of different things on defense and offense. You might be thinking about the last shot you made or missed, so you may not be thinking about what you need to do defensively. So to say it and verbalize, I think it helps the whole defense out. So that's something that I think we all going to continue to get better at, and we really got to do it tomorrow against Portland, who also moves the ball well and plays well together.
Have you taken a look at them yet?
Yeah,
Portland,
I got league pass. So, I paid for it. I use it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys.
You get that free, man?
They ain't told me that. I'm getting reimbursed. I got to talk to somebody.
You can write that off then.
Yeah, that's it. I checked them out. Same Portland team, flash screens, pick and roll, Damian Lillard, McCollum. They're young bigs. Don't really shoot it that well, but they get offensive rebounds and long shots, long rebounds. So we got to kind of take the same mentality we had yesterday. It might not have started off this way in the beginning of the season, with Russell's season when it started, but now that it's gotten to the point it is now where Russell's had as many triple doubles as he's had, do y'all want to get him triple doubles? Is that something that you're like, let's get Russell a triple double? Nah, we just look up and it's like he's got like 8, 9, and 9. It's like 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's like, he's gonna get one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't even think about it. Like, he doesn't play like he's trying to get a triple double. He's out there making reads offensively, and he's one of the best. I used to say he's one of the best rebounding point guards, but he's one of the best rebounders in the league, period. So, he knows how to use his body. I always ask him after every game, how he feel. I feel good. Well, all right, that's all that matters, man. I don't care about a triple double as long as he's healthy. So, but he can do it. He's that talented. He's that good. He's the best player in the league, in my opinion.
Samaje, Amo was just talking about how, and I had noticed this last night, the moment didn't seem too big for you. You were asked to step up. You seemed very calm. Is that kind of how you are in these games, or did you have some nerves at all?
Nah, I just went out there to compete, try to do the best I can on offense and defense. They give me a lot of confidence, though, just to tell me if I'm open, shoot the ball, and be aggressive on offense and on defense. So I just went out there to compete, try to win the game.
You told me the game has slowed down for you a couple weeks ago. Where now, because it has slowed down, do you feel like your game has improved?
Like every area, especially with the second unit, just putting the guys in the right spots, plus where we can flow, I guess. But it's slowing down a lot for me now.
I'm not trying to jinx you, but you're not turning the ball over. Any reasons why you've been able to protect it so well?
Just making the right plays. Somebody open, give them the ball, let them play. So just making my job easier by making the right plays.
How free do you feel without the mask?
Oh, great. I didn't like that thing at all, but yesterday I felt great without it.
When did you make? I think it was the Houston game before the fourth quarter. Did you take the mask off, or was that your decision?
Yeah, I was frustrated with it. Just frustrated. Couldn't really see with it on. Or I'm looking up at the basket. I just see the mask. So you just got frustrated with it.
So when was like the point where you could have gotten rid of it? Was like
I don't know.
like for instance, like okay, was there like a game where they said, "Hey, you don't have to wear this anymore"? Or was it just up to you?
This last game we just played, our last game.
The Houston game?
Last night.
Last night.
So you took it off before they said you could.
Yeah.
So you broke the rules.
Not really. Not really.
Should you be wearing it right now? Is that what you're saying?
I'm
Can
good.
you tell the difference though already?
Yeah. I feel a lot better playing without it. Just kind of distracts me a little bit, but I'm happy I don't gotta wear it no more.
Samaje, what's the difference between when you're in there with the second unit on your own versus when you're in there with Russell at the end of the game? What changes that you have to do?
I really just you get a lot of attention, so I can get to the corners and when I'm open, pass it to you, shoot the ball. So it make it a lot easier. You just get so much attention. And help everybody out too.
It's a good thing, except for when you're not on the basketball court, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like the reps that you got last night, like is that something that you build on? Is it just a random performance as you watch and you try to improve on?
I think you build on it. 'Cause you never know. You never know if somebody go down or they need you to step up and play. You got to be ready. So just keep building on it. Did give me confidence though. Just stay locked in, stay ready.
People always talk about like a player gets experience and then he can realize that experience and get better for next time. Is that something that you realize while it's happening? Like, can you feel like you're getting experience now, or is that something you might realize in the future?
I mean, I feel like I'm getting experience now, but I really don't know. I just go out there and try to play. He throw me out there, just compete. But I feel like I'm getting better. Even in the moment when I get the chance to play, I feel like I'm making the right reads and doing the right things to help my teammates.
Did your attitude change when Victor went out? Because that also changed the rotation with the second unit. Did you feel like you had to take on more responsibility, or?
No, just have more energy, bring more energy for the second unit. And when I'm out there with Russ, just have more energy on offense and defense. Do the things Vic do or try to do the things.
Samaje, for you guys who are new to the league, you, Domas, when you're seeing a team for the first time, like in Portland and Utah, how much more prep do you have to do versus now when you've seen like the Clippers for a second time?
Just really lock in. We watch a lot of film anyway, so just be prepared on what they run, and you got to really focus and know what's going to happen out there on the floor. So just be locked in when you watching film and you watching the players and what they like to do and what they don't like to do.
So that's what you're doing on the plane, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Coach Donovan talks about keeping you guys engaged. Do you feel like, in a particular situation you're in now, Victor might be a question, do you feel like that really pays off now with Coach Donovan keeping guys engaged like that?
Always. Even when Vic here, with the second unit, we all got to be locked in and ready to play. Help the first unit out so much if we come in with a flow. So yeah, I feel like even when everybody healthy, we still gotta be locked in and ready to play.